It is MRN at the PRI show. We're in booth 4721 here at PRI, and we are joined by drag racing royalty. I mean, Erica Enders, a 5-time Pro Stock champ. Welcome. Good to have you here at the RE booth.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
5-time champion. When you started this journey a long time ago, did you ever envision it would grow into this?
I had always hoped, right, as a little girl with big dreams, and it just took surrounding myself with the right group of people, and that's certainly what I have at Elite Motorsports. But to answer your question, I was hopeful to be a world champion, but to have done it 5 times now is pretty extraordinary.
I'm going to ask maybe the dumbest question I've asked all day, because you won 10 times. How did the season go? Kind of assess how good the season was. I guess that's probably a fairer question.
Yeah, I hate the word epic, but it was just that. You know, in 2015, we were able to win the World Championship and clinch in Vegas. We won 9 events that year, and so our goal was always to get into the double digits. Back in 2015, we had 24 events a year. This year, we had 19, so our ratio was a little bit better, and I felt like I left one on the table in Pomona, losing to Greg in the finals. But what a tremendous season we had, winning 10 out of 19 events. I was in 13 finals. My teammate Aaron Stanfield won 3 times. TJ Coughlin won 2. So Elite pretty much ran the table.
That is awesome. That really is. I am sprint car, NASCAR guy. Pro Stock's going down the track. What all are you doing as you're going down that strip?
So what's really cool about Pro Stock is it's a clutch car with a 5-speed Liberty. You have to manually shift it. So we leave with a clutch, and I'm in high gear, in 5th gear by half track, 660 feet, 4 seconds into the run. So there's a lot going on in the cockpit of the race car, which is so intriguing to me. That's what I love about it, is the challenge of actually driving the car. It's not stab and steer and hope your crew chief set it up right. It's collectively a team effort, right? And the weight's on the driver's shoulders, so I love that part.
So I drive a standard transmission car, okay, and I enjoy that. Up 5 gears in 6 seconds, is that what you just said?
Well, I'm in high gear by half track, which is like 4.14 seconds. So we're low gear. We're in low gear less than 1 second. We're pulling 2nd gear, roughly 4 G-forces, and yeah, it's intense. It's fun. It's intense. It really is. But do you sense it, because it's probably, you've done it so often? Do you sense, is it just you have that feel for what it sounds like, what it feels like, what the speed is like? You must have that sense for that. Yeah, I definitely do. I've been driving Pro Stock for 18 years, so seat time is crucial, right? Your instruments aren't always right every time. Like, there are certain times when, you know, we're blowing the back tire off, like shaking the rear end, overpowering the racetrack, and you can't listen to your shift light. You have to react naturally to that. Or if we don't have enough clutch in the car, your shift light's on immediately. You got to hang on to it. So there's a lot of driver input that isn't directed at you from your shift light or your other instruments. So that part definitely comes with being seasoned. I can imagine. It's just I actually, when I asked that question, I thought you guys were doing the manual shifting and everything else, and I'm even more impressed. That's for sure. Now, one of the things I just love about it, and I've mentioned, I'm an old NASCAR MRN guy, but that name Melling on the side of a race car, that has got to be neat to have partners like that to be able to deliver championships for as well. Man, they are so awesome. A tremendous family operation in Jackson, Michigan. Everything's made in America, so that all that stuff is really important to us. But aside from the partnership on the track, they're amazing people, and they have been so good to us. They've been with us for 3 championships, and Mark and Matt are just cream of the crop, man. I'm really proud to be racing with them, and this is kind of their first big venture since their dad passed, and they had Melling on the side of Bill Elliott's car in NASCAR back in the day. So how cool is that? But they're a great family, and they love racing. I love that. That's even better. I love the whole thing. That's for sure. As you look forward, what does next season look like? More of the same? More wins? More everything? Is the plan still pretty much the same for you next year? Yeah, the plan's the same. I'm going to be driving my Melling Performance Elite Motorsports Chevy Camaro. We have welcomed on 2 new partners, JHG and Skag. They make lawnmowers. They're affiliated with Tony Schumacher as well. So we're glad to welcome them to the Elite family. We're adding 1 more car to our stable, so we'll have a total of 8 Pro Stock cars next year. We just bought a Mountain Motor Pro Stock operation, so I'll be doing some of that as well. So it's going to be busy. It's going to be crazy, but I love it that way. Okay, again, dumb radio NASCAR guy. Mountain Motor Pro Stock program, what is that? So NHRA Pro Stock is 500 cubic inches, naturally aspirated, clutch car, 5-speed Liberty. Mountain Motor, same car, bigger engine, 800 and some odd cubic inches. They shift at a lower RPM, but they make more torque. And ET-wise down track, they go like 620s at 220, and we go, so they're just a little bit faster than we are. We held the record at 215 miles an hour. So they're quicker to the center, but still the same concept, clutch car with a stick. So it'll be a lot of fun, but it'll be something new for me. I've never driven a mountain motor car before, so.
That is so awesome. I can't wait to get my car at the airport in Charlotte because I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I think it's 4 gears, but anyhow, I'm doing it. That's it. I'm going to do that. PRI. What's the show like for you? Getting a chance to, I'm sure you get a chance to catch up with so many people.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome. I love PRI more so than any other trade show because it's just our people. Like the SEMA's more like wheel and tire and international, and it's crazy huge. So coming here, we were talking about it. You can't walk 2 feet without running into somebody that you know, and it's awesome because it's not that like business-minded, focused, serious atmosphere that it is at the racetrack, and everybody's in a good mood. The season's over, the holidays are coming, so it's definitely fun to come here. But to be able to come out and meet with my partners, I just had an appearance in the Melling booth. We're going to SeaTech. All the people that make it possible for me, it's really fun to go hang out in their booths and talk to their customers.
Finally, when I was doing some research, I saw this, and I wasn't going to ask you about it, and Morgan, our social media person for RE, said, I first fell in love with racing with the Disney movie she was in. I'm like, okay, I got to ask about this. So I think it was like early 2000s, you and your sister did a Disney movie. Tell me about that because it obviously impacted Morgan, who's here working with us now. Tell me about that.
I love it. That's awesome. So the movie was released in 2003, and it's about our life story, mine and my sister's. We grew up junior drag racing. We both started when we were 8 years old, and back then in the early 90s, 91, 92, we were the only girls. So it was kind of a cool deal, and the way that it happened, my sister and I won a race together in Dallas, and we became the first sisters to win a drag race together. So People magazine did an article on us. One of the Disney executives picked it up on a flight, saw it, and that was at a time when they were doing a series of movies about females in male-dominated sports. So they called us, and from the time of the phone call to the time the movie was released was 5 years, so it was a pretty lengthy process, but just a really cool deal because we were able to introduce our sport to people that had never watched drag racing before, and it still plays on the Disney Channel to this day.
That is so awesome. But you've done so much since then. We need to update this with all the championships and everything. We need to do another half hour at the end to say how it started and how it's going, right? We need to do that.
I agree with that. I'm not sure if Disney Network would pick it up, but it's a little rough out here. But no, it's been an awesome experience, man. 31 years behind the wheel is something, 18 in pro stock. So I'm a blessed girl to get to do what I love for a living with the people that I love the most, and we're just having fun.
Well, congratulations again. Thanks for joining us here at the RE booth. Great to meet you and hear your story. This is so awesome.
Thank you so much for having me.
There we go. How about that? Erica Enders joining us here. Oh, seriously, folks, if you're at Charlotte Douglas Airport, you're going to watch a guy blow a transmission right out of a Ford Escape. That's for sure. Trying to be like Erica Enders. Steve Post here from MRN at the PRI show at the Racing Electronics booth.